Come to the launch of Daphnis. We are launching the DASS mission, and today we have many people in mission control ready to go for launch. And with me today is Landon as secondary commentator. Hello, Landon.
It is not landed, it is me, aviation.
Whoops, excuse me for that. I thought it was still him. Anyway, you. Well, excuse me, Aviation is joining me as secondary commentator, so hello, Aviation.
Hello.
So today we are T-minus 15 minutes to go,
Yes.
and it looks like weather is green and everything is seemingly on track so far. So, Aviation, can you explain what this mission is about?
So this is a dark energy scanning thingy that goes past Mars. This will actually be Daphnis' first payload to Mars.
Yeah, this will be essentially be the first Daphnis mission to Mars in a way. So we are looking green in Systems 2, and soon enough we'll begin to hear callouts that will pace us towards liftoff. So Aviation, once we have liftoff, what do we expect to see happen?
We expect to see the vehicle
And the weather
rapidly...
condition is currently yellow. We're looking at some CB clouds rising 20 miles to our southwest.
Here you can see the weather. Maybe that mission controller is looking at some outdated weather patterns, as there is nothing around here.
It would seem that there's maybe clouds information that we may have seen it earlier, or that they are maybe forming in a way that it's not visible.
Potentially.
So while we wait
The most likely is just outdated weather. Anyway, yeah, sorry. What's going to happen after liftoff? The vehicle is going to spontaneously explode. Just joking, of course. It's going to pitch downrange, and then we're going to get to stage separation, which is at about 1,500 meters a second. When that happens, the booster will separate from the upper stage there, and the booster will do its boost back burn to come back to the launch site.
Yes, indeed. This is not a drone ship mission. Today we are going RTLS. This is the first RTLS for Daphnis, and I'm excited to see how it's going to go. Or the second one, I think. So we are T-minus 13 minutes and counting. And so far, everything's looking good. One thing to note about this rocket is that it can send payloads in many different ways. So today we are going to go past Mars. And it's going to gather mid-grade altimetry, biome, and resource data. So this could potentially pave the way for Mars missions that Saturn Aerospace is probably aiming to do. So far, we are focusing on Earth missions. Aviation, did you know anything about the plans for Mars in the company?
Yeah, we were the Martian nuclear saltwater transporter, which is currently being reassessed its viability. I am all for the Martian nuclear saltwater transporter. I think we should continue with it, but some of the higher ups don't like it very much because they're a bit special. Other than that, though, we were planning to have Mars colonized within a few years, but we have now
Weather picture is now confirmed green, and the clouds are missed. The cloud data was incorrect.
And there we go.
My computer and launch mode are locked on.
Special mission controller there with the special data. Like we were saying, the Mars was meant to be fully colonized within a couple. We have since repurposed on the moon and have basically decommissioned the MNSWT for now.
And you know that's a nuclear propulsion testing article, which is nuclear propulsion is basically using radioactive isotopes from a nuclear reactor in an engine to propel a spacecraft. And what this does should basically reduce the time that takes to take that takes to arrive to a location. For example, Mars takes 6 months, usually. So with nuclear propulsion, we aim to reduce that to about weeks instead of months, which is really reliable for what we want to do.
Definitely, that is very important. The idea came about after we continued to string our initial. We went through some prototyping. Excuse me. Our initial plan was just to tether a bunch of rears together and they all transit together. But then we kind of developed it further into the Martian nuclear saltwater transporter that we have seen today.
Yeah, and for the moon, we are planning a lunar landing. We are on track for a lunar landing with crew that will take place in due time. And it's really exciting. We haven't had a lunar landing in 50 or so years, so it's gonna be really exciting to see the new camera quality and what we're gonna be experiencing.
Yeah, I do have a little thing to tell you. We are looking at a new launch vehicle that will carry crew. I'm not going to say any more than that. Just there will be a new launch vehicle to carry crew. I see we have Caden in the mission control room here now. What's up, my favorite CEO? Would you like to say something, or is it going to be a cold crowd?
Hello, aviation.
Hello, Caden.
Yeah, I will have to leave in 2 seconds. Just here. Obviously, it's my vehicle, so I want to see what's going on. Bit busy today, though, unfortunately.
All good. Go do
Of
your
course.
CEO things. As your entire life revolves around you being the CEO at Saturn Aerospace, as you get paid $1 a year.
It's a pretty penny, I'll admit. Yeah, well, good luck and enjoy the launch, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So as we are now T-minus 10 minutes to go, actually
Underway.
purchase underway as we have first formation control. We are almost 9 minutes to go. And we're talking about the lunar landing, which is expected to be happening in due time. And the CEO here has checked in, which is pretty nice. And the lunar landing is planned to happen soon. We will carry, I don't know how many astronauts, but once we land on the moon, we'll be conducting experiments, sampling, and returning them back to Earth. And essentially, this will open up the door for a new, broader program that Apollo did 50 years ago. We are not going to just go and leave, we'll be staying. So that is a really big deal, right, aviation?
Yep. So right now, what we're waiting for is that potential crewed vehicle to come online, and then we are ready to just start slamming everything we have it as. This will be occupying most of our launches, actually, this lunar base, as we want to get it on rather quickly.
We also want to increase cadence on real launches, which is something we are aiming to do.
Yep. First off, we're taking it a bit slowly, and we're learning some lessons on how to recover it. Well, it's not quite fully operational yet. Soon it will be. Rhea has been in testing for many of years because it's kind of been thrown to the side away from Phoebe and Daphnis. But if Rhea was the highlight vehicle of Saturn Aerospace, which it should be, we would have had it working fully operational by now.
Yeah, like Daphnis, which is fully operational, it really took us some testing to get it going. And now we just have many launches, almost like multiple per week, which is the cadence we're aiming for. And we are T-minus 7 minutes to go. The count's still looking green, weather screen. Everything is looking phenomenal for launch today. And we should have amazing RTLS views of the booster coming back from the ground, and probably drones. Do you have drones ready, aviation?
Oh, we do have some drones here. This right here is actually a bit of a drone camera here. We just like to keep it nice and stable, you know. We actually make our own drones here because we are looking at potential future applications on other planets. So when we make our own drones, we get a lot of data about how drones work, so we can figure out how to make them very good.
Yes, and we are also planning to expand ESCOM into other planetary bodies. ESCOM will help us have better video quality, which it already does. And what we want to do is expand ESCOM to, say, the Moon or Mars and have them
I believe we
have it
already do
relay
have a
network.
lunar link around Mars.
Do we?
We do. That was launched on Hyperion
I didn't know
many
that.
years
I
ago.
actually didn't know that.
Yeah, things come around, go around here pretty fast at Saturn. So this burn, right? We're going to be going to basically direct to Mars, so there won't really be a coast. We'll be going about 5.5k meters a second. When at time of ship engine cutoff, roughly around there. There will be a later burn, quite a bit later in the count, that we will not be staying
Final
for
propellant conditioning has started.
to finally send us off to
Which
Mars.
shield sequence has started.
To finally send us off
Seems
to Mars.
everything. Yes, and it seems that we have heard that everything is configured for startup. In a few minutes, we will see the strong back retracting, and it will be prepared to retract for then fully retracting at liftoff to step away from the vehicle and making sure the engine plume does not burn it or melt it.
Booster fantastic.
So as we're talking about mass transfer, this is important
Engine
because we are in
vector
a
checks are underway.
transfer window that runs for a few weeks, and once the transfer window ends, we'll be have to waiting some couple years so we have the transfer window again. And this is really important because if we want to send payloads to Mars, this is the optimal time to do so. And the trans-Mars injection burn, to Mars has to be done precisely at the exact moment that we want it to be done.
Daphnis control, please verify all conditions are green for T0.
All green for T0.
And since we are all green for T0, which is perfect, and we are
Short flight and no time area is clear for the Daphnis launch. And weather balloon is now clear of restricted airspace. Pad has had its final alarm sound.
Perfect. Now everything seems to be clear in range. We have given the final alarm, and now everything's prepared for liftoff. So I was talking about the injection to Mars. The transfer window is important here because if you go... Yeah, so we are waiting on a transfer window, which is the period we can optimally go and send stuff to Mars. We are less a few weeks, so once you go off the transfer window, you have to wait a couple years. So that's important because if you want to go to Mars, you have to get the timing right. Even on the injection burn from Earth, it's precisely done, and it needs a lot of fuel to go. So
I do have one thing to say on this, right? The MNSWT, we could take the MNSWT to Mars whenever, because it's just that a fish, that you can take it to Mars whenever. So we will be planning
exactly.
on doing it.
Nuclear propulsion just doesn't care about transfer windows.
LD, range, go ahead.
Range is looking at some minor range violations in terms of aircraft in the area. We've had a 737 enter the airspace, but we're speaking with him right now to get him out.
Alright, hold the count, please.
I say again.
Hold the count, please.
Seems we have a range issue because of a pesky plane entering our airspace, even though we have put warnings to not do so.
Range to LD, we are now clear. The aircraft was only slightly in the airspace, and he's complied. We can continue the count.
Continue the count, please. Alright, all stations, this is LD for final go, no go poll before launch commits. Daphnis control.
Go.
Range control.
Let's go.
Propellant.
Oh.
Engines.
Engines are go.
Recovery operations.
Go.
This is LD. We are go for launch.
We are go for launch. Amazing news. So now that we are go for launch, we are gonna see many events happening in quick succession. As I've said before, the strongback will retract to a pre-full retraction position.
Damage corridor
So-
remains clear for ascent.
So
Navi is shipped
it will
and ready for
retract.
flight.
Okay, so it will retract to a pre-launch position, and then once liftoff happens, it will fully retract to a full 45-degree angle so that it can stay away from the hellish temperatures of the plume. There we can see it has retracted. And we are nearing T-minus 1 minute to go. Then the water deluge will activate and Daphnis will ignite its engines and it will go. So a curiosity about Daphnis is that this TWR, it's nearly almost 1. So it's gonna rise really slowly
System
and
is
then it's gonna
stable for flight.
really slowly and then it's gonna keep speeding up to orbital velocity. And now we'll sit back and enjoy the countdown.
Vehicle handoff complete.
And here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Ignition. 2, 1. Liftoff.
And Daphnis is en route to send this payload past Mars.
Ignition chamber pressure look nominal.
I'm never gonna stop loving methane plumes, right, aviation?
They are the best. But I will say, Rhea's plume is miles better than this.
Total
Indeed.
response is clean.
You can see the condensation lines
Vehicle
forming off
ascending
the
in
fins
normal
there.
trajectory path.
Next at minus max Q, where the vehicle will experience the maximum aerodynamic loads. And once we are clear, we'll begin to pace over for second stage separation. I mean, stage separation, my bad. Once stage separation happens,
Max
boost
Q?
back will occur. There's max Q. And there's a contrail. So now we're on track for stage separation, and once that happens, the booster will begin its return back to the launch site. The separation should happen shortly. Any second now, we should see main engine cut off.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation. Stage 1 is now gonna be en route back to the landing zone. And stage
Boost
2 will
back burn
continue its
startup.
path. There's boost back burn startup.
Focus following a
This is
perfect
boost-
trajectory.
Now,
This
this
is booster. This is booster landing. Go no go pull. Launch director.
Go.
Daphnis control.
Go.
Range control.
Yeah.
Propellant.
Go.
Engines.
Engines is go.
Daphnis is go for booster return and landing.
And we are go for booster return. So now we are on track for a return and landing of the booster. Meanwhile, the second stage is continuing to boost to orbit. Soon we should see fairing separation.
we already have seen fairing separation. Actually, it happened during the go no go poll. What we will see right here is that it will be a longer kind of stage, too bad, than usual, because we will be going to a very high orbit. So it'll go to about 6, maybe 7,000 meters a second.
Yes. Which, if I look here, should be a pretty high Earth orbit indeed. We're continuing on track. And now the booster has shut down its boost back burn, and now it's on its gliding phase. The fins on the sides of the vehicle will control it, and they will pinpoint the target, which is the landing zone.
Stage 2 doing a bit of funky business there. That's all to be expected, though.
Stage 1 has FTS has saved.
So we're looking for a medium Earth orbit, which is indeed 6,000 kilometers, as you said. Medium or high?
I believe we're going out of the sphere of influence of the Earth at the moment.
And that's really high. There's a condensation trails of Daphnis. It is a pretty humid day out of the Cape, so that helps see the trails better. The Q is currently traveling at 4,000 meters per second and climbing.
Landing burn startup.
There's landing burn startup.
Stage 2 follows
There's
a
a
normal
landing
trajectory.
zone.
Landing leg deployment for landing.
Second engine cut off.
And Seco, right on time.
Daphnis has
And that
landed.
is landing burn. We have a successful landing of the Daphnis booster on landing zone. And will we call off the webcast now, or will we see coasting?
The coast is very long. We will be cutting off the webcast here. Thank you all for tuning in and watching this episode. It's been a pleasure being here.
Oh, excuse me, I forgot to mute.
That's okay. I've been joined here by Galactic. Galactic, would you like to say the final goodbyes?
It's been a pleasure having been commentator for today's launch, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.